guys, so I'm First Class V here, back with another GCSS-Army help video, and today we're going to continue our series on demand analysis with part 5 of our series. So just to recap how we got to part 5, the first thing we did was we did a demand analysis overview. Just gave a brief overview of what demand analysis was and why we perform it. Then we ran our ZCON Bravo report, and then we ensured that we verified that the background job in SMX was completed and finished before we displayed and exported the ZCON1 Delta report, which leads us to today's lesson in understanding the headers of the ZCON report. I think this it's critical that we understand the headers and columns before we actually format our Microsoft Excel workbook in order to actually perform the demand analysis. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Like I said, once we get through this demand analysis series, we'll be starting our ARM series, which is going to be a beast. All right. So let me share my screen here. All right. So before we get started, I do want to show you guys the current videos that are currently up on the channel here. Okay. So these are all of the videos that we have currently covered. Like I said, more videos are coming. As soon as we get through this demand analysis, we are going to jump into our ARM series. All right. So today's lesson is understanding each column in the ZCON1 Delta report. So I think this is critical. Like I said, we need to understand what the columns mean in order to actually understand the workbook. So we're going to break it down column by column and header by header. So in this one, we're going to cover the headers. So if you look here, so when you run the ZCON1 Delta report, you'll have a top portion that's going to cover all the stuff right here, all these blocks, and then you're going to have all the additional columns underneath of it. All right. So starting at the left, we're going to talk about ASL shop stock lines. Okay. So this identifies the total number of lines in the unit shop stock listing, or SSL. Okay. So keep in mind these only cover your MRP types, so ZV, ZM, and ZP are included. Okay, and calculated in this number. Material lines that have a bench stock indicator are not calculated. Okay, this is just calculating your shop stock. So to the right of the ASL shop stock lines, you have with confirmed. Okay, so this identifies the number of materials that are currently confirmed on the unit's SSL. All right, so like I said, only materials with ZV, ZM, and ZP are included. Bench stock is not. So when it talks about the plant, that's pretty self-explanatory. Plant 2000 for us. If you're SSA, it's plant 2001. And then your MRP area is the alphanumeric code of your unit's MRP area. So if you're a maintenance manager and you are constantly looking at other shop stock and mat sits, I recommend that you have a cheat sheet or something with all of your units' MRP areas. So the next portion of the header we're going to break down is the adds. Okay, so when we're talking about adds, this is the total number of material lines that are being proposed. So with the demand analysis ran, this is what it's saying. Hey, for instance, on this one, it's saying that I propose we add 45 lines of SSL. Okay, so confirmed is the number of material lines that is currently confirmed on your unit's SSL. So that's the current number you have right now. When it talks about the dollar amount to the right of that, this identifies the total dollar amount of confirmed materials. So out of the 15 lines that we have here, we got a little over $9,500 of confirmed SSL. All right. And then you're going to look at cube. So your cube is your feet required to confirm materials that have been added. So this data is pulled directly from the material master in GArmy and ACIP. All right. Keep that in mind. And then your MRP area, like I've said before, you know what that is. And then the as of date. So the as of date is the date that you actually run the batch job in ZCON Bravo. So moving on to the delete side of the house. All right. So for deletes, this identifies the total number of lines that are being proposed as deletions. Okay. So like I said, it's running an analysis. So it's saying that there's 149 lines that need to be deleted. All right. So, and like I said, Zulu Victor, Zulu Mike, Zulu Papa does not include anything that has a bench stock indicator. It's strictly your SSL. All right. So confirmed It's the number of material lines that are currently confirmed as deletion for the SSL. Same thing applies, same type of MRP areas, and it does not include bench stock indicators. And then your dollar amount, of course, is telling you how much total dollar amount is confirmed out of those. For example, 160 lines, 111,000 of them are going to be deleted. All right, and then your as of time, self-explanatory. That's the time you ran the ZCON Bravo batch. So when we're talking about retains, hope y'all are seeing the trend here. Okay, so add, delete, retain, right? So when we talk about retains, it's the total number of lines on your SSL that's being proposed that you retain. And then move over to confirm, the total number of lines that's currently confirmed as retained on your SSL. All right, and then of course the price, where this is the total number of price of these 48 lines that is currently on your SSL. And then your cube, like I said, this identifies your it's pulled from your material master in GCSS-A. So I hope that video was helpful. So that one was pretty easy to understand, and the columns are a little bit more confusing. The header is pretty self-explanatory, but you need to make sure that you understand that the header before we move into the columns. Okay, so like I said, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications, and as always, go Ordnance.